words of our Divine Mother from the book The Mother, from the collective works of our Divine Mother, Volume 14, page 3, topic The True Aim of Life. Question: why are we on earth? Our Divine Mother says, to find the Divine who is in each of us and in all things. Only one thing is important. It is to find the Divine. For each one and for the whole world, anything becomes useful if it helps to find the Divine. Our Divine Mother says, life is meant for seeking the Divine. Life is realized when finding the Divine. Let this be our one need in life, to realize the Divine. Yes, to live in the consciousness of the Divine Presence is the only thing that matters. To want only what the Divine wants in us and for us is the one important thing. The individual self and the universal self are one, and in every world, in every being, in each thing, in every atom is the Divine Presence, and man's mission is to manifest it. 30th October 1951. Our Divine Mother says, we are upon earth to manifest the Divine will. The only important thing is the goal to be attained. The way matters little, and often it is better not to know it in advance. Whatever we do, we must always remember our aim. The aim of our life on earth is to become conscious of the Divine. The true purpose of life, says our Divine Mother, the true purpose of our life is to live for the Divine, or to live for the truth, or at least to live for one's soul. And the true sincerity, to live for the Divine without expecting any benefit from Him in return. What is true destiny? Our Divine Mother says the true destiny is to reach the Divine consciousness. What is my true worth in this life? To serve the Divine. Our Divine Mother says the only thing worth living for is to serve the Divine. Conversion of the aim of life from the ego to the Divine, instead of seeking one's own satisfaction, to have the service of the Divine as the aim of life. What you must know is exactly the thing you want to do in life. The time needed to learn it does not matter at all. For those who wish to live according to truth, there is always something to learn and some progress to make. Our Divine Mother says the true aim of life is to find the Divine's presence deep inside oneself and to surrender to it so that it takes the lead of the life, all the feelings and all the actions of the body. This gives a true and luminous aim to existence. Life has a purpose. This purpose is to find and to serve the Divine. Life has a purpose. This purpose is to find and to serve the Divine. The Divine is not far. He is in ourselves, deep inside and above the feelings and the thoughts. With the Divine is peace and certitude, and even the solution of all difficulties. Our Divine Mother says, hand over all your problems to the Divine and He will pull you out of all the difficulties. 3rd July 1917. Our Divine Mother says, there is a purpose in life and it is only true and lasting one, the divine. Turn to Him and the emptiness will go. Blessings. You are here to contact your soul, and that is why you live. Aspire persistently and try to silence your mind. The aspiration must come from the heart. To be and to become more and more what the divine wants us to be should be our greatest preoccupation. Consider the divine life as the most important thing to obtain. Our Divine Mother says, happiness is not the aim of life. The aim of ordinary life is to carry out one's duty. The aim of spiritual life is to realize the divine. In the world, as it is, the goal of life is not to secure personal happiness, but to awaken the individual progressively towards the truth consciousness. It is not in order to be happy that we are here upon earth, for in the present conditions of terrestrial life, happiness is an impossibility. We are upon earth to find and realize the divine, for the divine consciousness alone can give true happiness. Do not live to be happy, live to serve the divine, and the joy that you will experience will be beyond all expectations. The life of a man is unfulfilled unless he has found the divine. The divine is everywhere and in everything, and we are created to discover the divine and to unite with the divine for his manifestation. Man was created to express the divine. His duty is therefore to become conscious of the divine and to surrender himself entirely to his will. All the rest, whatever the appearances, is falsehood and ignorance. Our Divine Mother says, we seek not our personal salvation, but the absolute surrender of our being to the divine. Concentration on the divine is the only true valid thing. To do what the divine wants us to do is the only thing valid. What is lasting, eternal, immortal, infinite, that indeed is worth having, worth conquering, worth possessing. It is the divine light, divine love, divine life. It is also supreme peace, perfect joy, and all mastery upon earth, with the complete manifestation as the crowning. Next topic, the divine is with you. Our Divine Mother says, never forget that you are not alone. The divine is with you, helping you and guiding you. He is the companion who never fails, the friend whose love comforts and strengthens. The more you feel lonely, the more you are ready to perceive his luminous presence. Have faith and he will do everything for you. It is in the divine that we shall always find all that we need. Alone the divine can give us a perfect safety. Let the divine consciousness be the leading power in your life. Let the divine presence be always with you. Whatever you do, always remember the divine. The divine manifests upon earth whenever, wherever it is possible. In each heart, the divine's presence is the promise of the future and possible perfections. It is only in the divine that we can find perfect peace and total satisfaction. Behind the surface of things, there is a sea of perfect consciousness in which we can always dip. There is a consciousness that nothing can debase or tarnish or defile. It is the one that we call the divine consciousness. Our Divine Mother says the Divine Consciousness must be our only guide. The Divine Consciousness is the only true help, the only true happiness. The Lord has said the time has come and all the obstacles will be overcome. The Divine is the Savior of all life and the reason of all activity, the goal of our thoughts. The Divine's presence is for us an austere, immutable, invariable fact. In the Divine, by the Divine, all is transfigured and glorified. In the Divine is found the key of all mysteries and all powers. In all, there lacks the unchanging peace of the Divine's sovereign contemplation and the calm vision of the Divine's immutable eternity. These are the words of our Divine Mother.
Ta volonté soit faite, Seigneur, intégralement. Elle est mon bonheur et ma loi.